Welcome back, guys. You know, warning comes before destruction. And when people can decide that they're going to hack your phone and figure out how to, I mean, there's no figuring out, they've already done it. Hacking your phone, and there's a navigation system on your phone that states where you are. You block it on your phone, but somehow they know exactly where you are. And you're probably going to say, oh, she's paranoid. Nobody has to be paranoid to figure out how you're being watched, how you're being followed, how you're being stalked. Again, more privacy being violated. You know, you can try to tarnish a person's reputation. You can try to steal somebody's work. But when you're doing all these things haphazardly and every day rhetorically, God has his way of making sure that you're reachable as well. Because everything that you can send to another person can also be reversed as well. Okay? Hurt people hurting other people. You know, sometimes people live in fear and they decide that they want to do these things. They want to know where that person is at all times. They want to watch the person. They want to study the person. Pretty much what you see is what you get with me, okay? Yes, I'm very clear in regards to what it is that I do, because honestly, I don't, you know, I think that I'm pretty basic when it comes to my what I do. You know, I do my writing, I do my studying, I do my, you know, my reading. By the way, you know, that book, my most recent book, I have to say, was a very great book that I appreciate. What's the young lady's name? She does the How to Get Away with Murder. Excuse me, Viola Davis. Excellent book. I applaud you wholeheartedly, sister. I really appreciate what you wrote in your book. I feel like we definitely can relate on a few things. However, I'm very thankful that I was able to take some time and actually sit down and read a book, because recently, with everything else that has been on my plate, I haven't really had a lot of time to be able to do that. You know, so I'm thankful for that. You know, during this time, as I stated in a prior recording, that it's important that we do sit down and write down the things that we're thankful for, because God is leading. Even though people think that they're in control of you by hacking your devices, they are not in control of anything. And God is watching over all of us. Although it might seem as though you're getting away with certain things, he's watching over, and he's watching what you're doing as well if you're not doing the right thing. So let us start practicing doing the right thing, okay? In our society, it seems as though people are believing that they're able to get away with so much. You know, it's important that you realize that when you exercise and doing negative things, you know, you have family members, you have people that you love. If you hurt another individual, when karma comes back, then those people that you love are now going to be violated. Do you not realize that? It's important that we look at what it is, the mistakes of our past, so that we don't continue to make the same mistakes. It's time that we wake up and start reevaluating our behavior and making better choices. Because at the end of the day, there's no way in the world you're going to be able to get away with so much and not be able to receive some of this, you know, some of these reactionary behaviors, or yes, just that. Okay, so it is lovely being you when you are making the best ultimate decisions. Let us exercise in making better choices, because nothing is going to get better if we don't start making a stand, taking a stand and moving in the right direction, okay? So I wish you well, and I certainly hope that we are really thinking about what it is that this conversation is that we're having here, okay? Again, when you walk out in nature and you step out there, you're making sure that you are connecting with the earth. Now you can see on the picture, the neighbor put out a little One of the neighbors put out a symbol of what he didn't want to happen on his lawn, and he had every right to put that out there. It's all because people are disrespecting your place of or your property. You have a right to put something out there to tell people not to do so. Now, of course, when you have neighbors, you try to be humble and you try to be friendly as possible. And you try to set forth the example. Please do not come into my yard and do negative things. And hopefully people will wake up and they'll say, okay, you know what? Let me not allow my dog to go to the bathroom in my neighbor's yard. This is something that you should automatically know, that your dog should not be going to the bathroom in someone else's yard. But we can look at this on a smaller level and we can look at this on a gigantic level. All right? If you do this, if you walk your dog in someone else's yard, then damage is going to get done. Not only will it be done to your neighbor's yard, but karmically speaking, it will come back to you. So let's look at this from that small perspective, and let's look at it from a larger perspective. Hurting other people means that you are now inviting some of this pain to come back to you. Think about that so that you don't make choices that are going to hurt or harm another person. Because it's a very selfish act when you don't think about others and you continue to make bad decisions, okay? So hopefully this is one to grow on, and hopefully it improves your circumstances by you rethinking what it is that you should be doing, okay? So, lovely being you when you're making the right choices.